My dear brothers and sisters in Christ, there is a moment that determines the course of your entire day. It is not when you step out of your house. It is not when you speak to anyone. It is that sacred moment when your eyes first open and your heart becomes aware that you have been given another day. That moment is not ordinary. It is divine. Because every morning is not just a routine. It is a new chapter written by the hand of God Himself. And what you do in that first moment decides what kind of day, what kind of energy, and what kind of favor will flow into your life. Listen carefully. When you open your eyes in the morning, two voices immediately begin to fight for your attention. One whispers fear, you are tired, you will fail, nothing will work today. The other whispers faith. This is the day that God has made. You will rise, you will prosper, you will walk in favor. The voice that wins is the one you choose to agree with. That is why every morning you must choose to align your earth with God's voice. Before the world speaks to you, you must speak to heaven. Before fear greets you, you must greet God, because the one who starts the day with God walks under an open heaven for the rest of the day. You see, prayer is not a religious exercise. It is a spiritual ignition. When you pray in the morning, you are not simply talking. You are activating the power of divine favor. Prayer releases what your strength cannot accomplish. It goes ahead of you into meetings, into decisions, into conversations, and into moments you haven't even lived yet. When you pray, you are not just asking God to bless your day. You are allowing His presence to fill it, guide it, and protect it. The person who begins their morning with God never walks into the day alone. There is a powerful prayer that can transform your entire life if you will speak it every morning with faith. When you wake up, before touching your phone, before speaking to anyone, say this from your spirit. God, I thank you for this new day. I receive your favor today. Let your light go before me. Let your wisdom guide me. Let your protection surround me. Let your abundance follow me. Let everything I touch prosper under your blessing. When you pray this, you are not only speaking words, you are establishing authority. You are declaring that this day belongs to God, and therefore no darkness, no confusion, and no obstacle can rule over it. Every morning that you wake up, you are standing at the gate of a new destiny. What you speak becomes the key that opens that gate. The person who begins their morning in silence allows life to happen to them. But the one who begins their morning in prayer commands life to align with divine order. Your words in the morning are like seeds. They grow throughout your day. When you plant faith, you harvest favor. When you plant gratitude, you harvest peace. When you plant expectation, you harvest miracles. Never underestimate the power of what you declare at the beginning of your day. The world around you responds to what you speak into it. Heaven itself responds to the sound of faith. So when you wake up, speak boldly. God, let your favor surround me like a shield. Let no evil touch me. Let no delay stop me. Let no fear live in me. These words are not mere sentences. They are weapons. They are spiritual codes that open the door for divine intervention. When you pray like this daily, your life begins to align with God's rhythm. You stop chasing blessings because blessings start chasing you. Some people begin their mornings with worry. They rehearse their problems. They replay yesterday's pain. They imagine tomorrow's uncertainty. But worry does not prepare you. It drains you. Prayer, however, fills you. Prayer builds an atmosphere around you that no darkness can enter. It resets your spirit to victory. When you pray first, you are telling your mind, peace will lead me. You are telling your heart, faith will carry me. And you are telling your day, favor will follow me. This is not positive thinking. It is spiritual alignment. It is choosing to start your day in the presence of divine power. There is a secret many people never discover. Your morning decides your momentum. If your morning begins in chaos, your day will feel heavy. But if your morning begins in communion with God, your day will unfold with grace. Favor does not appear by chance. It flows through consistency. The one who kneels before God at dawn will stand with strength at noon. You cannot walk in divine power if you begin your day in human panic. You must train your spirit to begin every morning with surrender. There are unseen battles that take place every day. Battles of doubt, fear, temptation, confusion. You cannot fight these battles with your mind alone. You need spiritual armor. That armor is built in the first moments of your day. When you say, God, I give this day to you, you are putting on protection that no force of darkness can penetrate. Well, you say, let your will be done in me today. You are inviting divine wisdom to lead you where logic cannot. And when you say, let your favor rest upon me, you are activating a force that draws opportunities, people, and moments toward your purpose. Prayer in the morning does something powerful. It repositions your perspective. It lifts your eyes above the distractions of the world and fixes them on divine truth. Because what you see determines what you believe, and what you believe determines what you experience. When you pray, you begin to see not through fear, but through faith. You begin to see possibilities where others see problems. You begin to see doors where others see walls. And when your vision changes, your reality changes too. Let me tell you this truth. There are no ordinary mornings for the person who prays. Every morning becomes a meeting place with God. A sacred moment of renewal, strength, and direction. When you start your day with prayer, you give God permissio to move in ways beyond your understanding. He begins to order your steps. Your steps connect you with the right people, block the wrong ones, and guide you into divine timing. Prayer is how you synchronize your life with heaven's schedule. You may not know what the day holds, but when you pray, you know who holds the day. You must never allow your mornings to be rushed or distracted. Music, the way you begin, determines how you end. If you begin with chaos, your spirit will chase peace all day. But if you begin with God, peace will chase you. Even 5 minutes of focused, heartfelt prayer. Prayer can shift the entire spiritual atmosphere of your life. Because God does not respond to the length of your words, He responds to the depth of your heart. When you speak sincerely from your spirit, even the simplest words can move mountains. You must understand that prayer is not about informing God of your needs. He already knows them. Prayer is about transforming your awareness of His presence. It is about awakening your soul to His favor. When you pray, you remind yourself that you are not a victim of circumstances. You are a vessel of divine power. The favor of God is already within you, but it must be stirred by faith. Every morning, when you speak words of gratitude and surrender, you are stirring that favor into motion. Many people wake up each day and immediately dive into a distraction. They check notifications, scroll through noise, and fill their minds with the world's confusion. The rush begins. In that silence, divine wisdom whispers direction. In that silence, divine strength is renewed. In that silence, favor begins to flow. And once that favor starts moving, nothing in the world can stop it. When you rise in the morning, you are standing on the threshold between what was and what can be. The moment you open your eyes, the universe itself pauses to hear what will come from your mouth. Will it be words of worry, or will it be words of worship? Will you speak defeat, or will you declare destiny? You must learn that every word you release into the atmosphere carries spiritual power. When you say, Father God, I thank you for this day, you are not reciting empty words. You are activating divine alignment. Gratitude is not just emotion, it is a force. It opens gates that complaint keeps locked. When you choose gratitude before anxiety, when you choose prayer before distraction, you are showing heaven that you trust God more than you trust your circumstances. Prayer. The morning is not a habit, it is warfare. You are claiming your peace before the world can steal it. You are setting order in your spirit before chaos can take root. You are commanding favor to go ahead of you before confusion can rise against you. When you pray at dawn, you are writing the script of your day with the ink of faith. You are saying to the unseen, I walk under divine covering. You are saying to your destiny, rise and align with the will of God. You are saying to every obstacle, you will not stand before the one who walks with the Almighty. This is not poetic, it is power. This is not emotion, it is divine law. Understand this deeply. Prayer is not for God's benefit, It is for yours. God does not need your words to act. He moves by His will. But He has given you the privilege to participate in His divine flow through prayer. When you speak in faith, you release what He has already prepared. Favor is not something you beg for. It is something you activate. And prayer is the key that turns that activation into reality. Every morning you pray, you are turning the key of favor. Every time you open your mouth with faith, you are unlocking doors that have been waiting for you. Some may say, I have prayed before and nothing changed. Listen carefully when you pray. The first thing God changes is not your situation. It is you. He strengthens your heart. He steadies your emotions. He clears your vision. And when your inner world changes, the outer world begins to respond. Prayer aligns your energy with divine timing. It teaches you to wait not with fear, but with confidence, because you know that favor may not always appear instantly, but it always appears eventually. When your heart is steady in faith, time cannot make you doubt, because you understand that delay is not denial, it is preparation. The one who prays every morning walks differently. There is a quiet confidence, a spiritual dignity, an unexplainable peace that surrounds such a person. Others may see challenges, but you will see opportunities. Others may panic, but you will stay calm, because prayer has become your preparation. It sharpens your discernment. It increases your awareness. It gives you eyes to see what others overlook. God's favor flows to those who are ready to recognize it. And prayer makes you ready. When you speak to God in the morning, do not rush. Do not speak as if you're reporting a list of needs. Speak as if you are communing with your Creator. Sit in silence sometimes and let your heart listen. Because prayer is not only speaking, it is also hearing. The voice of God is gentle but clear, quiet yet commanding. It will guide you in decisions, protect you from deception, and reveal what your physical eyes cannot see. Many walk into traps because they did not wait in prayer. But when you spend your first moments with God, He shows you where to step and where not to step. He turns confusion into clarity. Every day you rise, remember this truth. You are walking into spiritual territory. Not every environment you enter will welcome your light. Not every person you meet will carry peace. But when you have prayed, you walk covered. You become untouchable to forces that wish to drain your spirit. Your prayer builds an invisible wall of favor around you. People may not understand it, but they will feel it. Some will be drawn to you without knowing why, because the light of God in you attracts good things. Some will resist you because the power of God in you disturbs darkness. That is why you cannot afford to step into the world without prayer. You must walk in the armor of divine favor every single day. Let your morning prayer also include surrender. Say, God, I give you control of this day. Direct my steps, guide my words, protect my peace. When you surrender, you release the illusion of control. You stop wrestling with outcomes and stop resting in divine wisdom. And when you rest in God's wisdom, you stop forcing what isn't meant for you. You begin to notice how the right doors open easily and how the wrong ones close without struggle. This is the rhythm of divine favor. It flows. It does not fight. It moves smoothly because it is guided by God Himself. The one who prays with a surrendered heart is unstoppable music because surrender invites strength. When you stop trying to manage everything and simply trust, you make room for God to move. He cannot pour new blessings into hands that are clenched in control. He can only pour into open hands, hands lifted in prayer, ready to receive. So lift your hands in the morning and say, God, I receive whatever you have written for me today. Whether it comes through joy or challenge, I know it will work for my good. That is not weakness. It is spiritual mastery, because only the strong can truly surrender. There will be days when you wake up heavy, when sleep did not heal your heart, when yesterday's battles still echo in your mind. Those are the days when prayer becomes your medic. Speak even when your voice trembles. Pray even when your spirit feels empty, because your prayer in weakness is stronger than your silence in despair. When you open your mouth in faith, heaven rushes to refill what has been drained. God does not wait for perfect emotions. He responds to sincere hearts. When you say, God, help me stand today, you are already rising in the unseen. The power of prayer is that it transforms invisible exhaustion into visible endurance. Do not let routine steal the sacredness of your mornings. Each day is a unique encounter. Do not repeat words lifelessly. Speak from your spirit. If you must cry, cry. If you must sit in silence, sit. If you must speak with fire, speak. Prayer is the language of relationship, not ritual. It is the intimate communication between creation and creator. When you make that connection every morning, you are no longer walking in random motion. You are walking in divine direction. You will notice something remarkable as you practice this daily. The more you pray, the more sensitive your spirit becomes. You will begin to feel when peace leaves a place, when wisdom speaks in a whisper, when protection redirects your path. That sensitivity is not coincidence. It is favor. God sharpens your spiritual instincts through consistency. And once you can feel His movement, you will never again be easily shaken. The storms may roar, but your heart will remain calm because prayer has built your inner fortress. Favor is not always visible at first glance. Sometimes it appears as closed doors that save you from traps. Sometimes it shows up as delays that prepare you for the right timing. Sometimes it manifests as discomfort that pushes you into destiny. But only the one who prays can see these things clearly. Without prayer, you misread divine protection as rejection. Without prayer, you resist what is designed to refine you. But with prayer, you see the hidden patterns of grace unfolding in every detail of your life. You begin to realize that God's favor is not just about receiving, it's about being positioned. When you pray every morning, you are not just asking God to bless your day. You are shaping your identity as a person of faith, discipline, and spiritual awareness. You are declaring, I live under the divine command. And that declaration shifts everything. The one who lives under divine command cannot be easily manipulated by fear, pressure, or temptation because they know their strength does not come from the world. It flows from the presence of God that fills them every dawn. So rise tomorrow and speak boldly. Let your first breath carry gratitude. Let your first thought be of God. Let your first words build a fortress of favor around you. Say, God, walk with me today. Let your favor go before me. Let every step I take lead to purpose. Let every delay serve a reason. Let every challenge bring growth. Let every blessing bring gratitude. When you speak with that faith, the universe bends to your conviction. The hand of God moves unseen, arranging what your mind cannot imagine. You will walk through the day not as one who hopes for favor, but as one who carries it. When the light of dawn breaks, it is not merely the sun rising. It is God giving you another opportunity to begin again. Every morning is a gift, a divine invitation to participate once more in the unfolding of His plan for your life. The mistake many make is to treat the morning as ordinary. They rush, they scroll, they complain, and they step into the day without first stepping into the presence of God. But the person who pauses, who centers their heart in prayer before the noise begins, becomes unshakable. Because the moment you begin your day with God, you are no longer a prisoner of circumstances. Music, you are a commander of atmosphere. You speak with authority because you know who sent you into this day. When you open your mouth in the morning, your words carry creative power. Remember, the same God who formed the world through speech has placed that creative ability within you. Your morning prayer is not just communication, it is creation. You are shaping the spiritual architecture of your day. You are establishing boundaries for peace, declaring pathways for success, and setting spiritual firewalls against negativity. Every word you speak in faith becomes a building block of divine order. That is why you must be intentional with your morning declarations. You cannot start your day with words of defeat and expect to walk in victory. Speak with conviction. Speak with expectation. Speak with the awareness that heaven listens when faith speaks. There is something sacred about morning stillness. Before the world awakens, the voice of God is most audible. Those early moments hold wisdom that cannot be heard in the noise of the day. If you still your mind and quiet your surroundings, you will feel divine thoughts rising within you. Ideas, clarity, and strength that were hidden in the night. God plants them in silence. But only those who honor that silence with prayer will uncover them. Many people miss divine instructions because they rush past the whisper of God. They want miracles, but they ignore moments. Yet miracles often hide inside moments of stillness, waiting for the one who listens. When you pray, you are building a spiritual rhythm. The rhythm of prayer is the rhythm of power. The more consistent you are, the stronger your inner atmosphere becomes. Every morning you pray, your roots grow deeper. Every time you speak gratitude, your spirit expands. Every declaration of faith builds resistance against doubt. You are fortifying your soul to handle greater favor, because favor is not light. It carries weight. It requires discipline to sustain it. And that discipline is born in morning communion with God. There will come days when you wake up to uncertainty, days when plans crumble, relationships shift, and doors close without explanation. Those are not days to run from prayer. They are the very days to anchor deeper in it. Because prayer does not only change your situation, it gives you strength to stand within it. It teaches you that even when everything seems unstable, the presence of God remains unshaken. You begin to realize that true security does not come from control, it comes from connection. When you are connected to God, nothing external can destabilize you. The storm may rage, but peace becomes your anchor. Favor is not always about material blessing. The deeper form of favor is alignment. The grace to be in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing with the right people. It is divine orchestration. You may not always see it, but God is arranging the pieces of your life like a masterful artist. The meetings you attend, the people you encounter, the delays you experience, nothing is random. But only those who pray every morning can see beyond the surface. Prayer sharpens your perception to recognize divine alignment. When it happens, you begin to sense this connection is not by accident. This delay has purpose. This closed door is saving me. Such discernment is the fruit of daily communion. Sometimes God's favor doesn't look like promotion. It looks like protection. You may feel frustrated when things don't go your way, but unseen battles are being fought for you. Doors you think you want may lead to destruction. Relationships you desire may not be equipped to carry your destiny. Flow through my words. Let abundance find my hands. When you speak like this, you are not being selfish. You are being responsible. Because your prayer becomes a covering for everything under your care. The favor that flows from you begins to touch everyone around you. You become a living channel of blessing, not just a receiver of it. Understand this truth. Prayer is not a negotiation. It is alignment. You do not pray to convince God. You pray to connect with Him. The moment your will aligns with His, the flow of favor becomes natural. You stop striving and start receiving. You stop chasing outcomes and start walking in divine timing. The reason some people feel blocked is not because God is silent. It is because they are still trying to control what only He can orchestrate. Morning prayer humbles the mind and softens the heart, so that alignment becomes effortless. You begin to say, for God, if it is for me, keep it. If it is not, remove it. And that level of trust opens extraordinary doors. In prayer, you also discover the language of peace. You learn to rest even when nothing seems certain. You begin to trust that God's hand is moving even when His voice is quiet. Peace is not the absence of problems. It is the presence of divine awareness. It is knowing that you are held, guided, and protected. That peace becomes your most powerful weapon. People will wonder how you stay calm when others panic. They will not understand that your calmness is not ignorance. It is revelation. You know that God goes before you and therefore no circumstance can destroy you. As your mornings become anchored in prayer, your nights will begin to transform as well. The worries that used to keep you awake will no longer control your rest. Because when you have committed your day to God, your nights become peaceful. The cycle continues. Morning surrender leads to daytime favor, which leads to nighttime peace. This is the rhythm of divine living. You begin to experience what the wise have always known. Peace is the highest form of prosperity. When your heart is at peace, even the smallest blessings feel abundant. When your heart is anxious, even great achievements feel empty. Morning prayer restores that balance. It brings your soul into harmony with heaven. Do not underestimate the long-term power of this habit. A single prayer may seem small, but when practiced daily, it becomes a force that reshapes your destiny. Consistency builds momentum. The first few mornings, you may feel distracted, but as you continue, your spirit will begin to hunger for that sacred hour. You will crave that connection more than you crave comfort. And once your soul tastes that divine sweetness, nothing else will satisfy. The things that used to drain you will lose their power. Because prayer does not just change your day, it transforms your appetite. It redefines what matters. You will begin to notice subtle shifts. Doors that once resisted you will start opening effortlessly. People who ignored you will begin to notice you. Situations that once brought frustration will begin to unfold with ease. This is not coincidence. It is the effect of favor. When you walk in alignment with God, everything that belongs to you starts finding you. You stop living in pursuit and start living in overflow, because favor follows the faithful. Music, not the fearful. It follows those who pray with persistence, not those who doubt in silence. When you pray every morning, you become a carrier of divine atmosphere. Wherever you go, the presence of God goes with you. Meetings change because you walk in. Conversations shift because you speak. Environments become peaceful because you entered them. That is what it means to live under divine favor. You no longer strive to be noticed. Your presence itself becomes a testimony. And this presence is cultivated every dawn when your spirit bows before the one who created you. So wake each morning with this awareness. You are not starting the day. The same God who gave you breath is waiting to guide it. The moment you open your eyes, say within yourself, God, I am here. Lead me, speak to me, cover me. Then move through your day knowing that the favor you called for is already walking beside you. Even if you face challenges, remember this. Favor does not remove all battles. It ensures you win them. It does not prevent storms. It gives you peace within them. It does not erase problems. It provides solutions before they appear. The one who prays every morning walks through life not wondering what will happen, but knowing that whatever happens, God is already there. And now, listen closely, because this moment right here could change the direction of your entire life. The power of prayer is not in the length of your words, but in the depth of your surrender. Every morning when you rise from your bed, before you check your phone, before you open your mouth to complain, lift your eyes to heaven and say, God, today I give you my heart, my time, and my trust. Speak those words with conviction and watch what begins to happen in your life. Doors that were once shut will begin to open. The storms that once frightened you will start to calm. People who look down on you will begin to see something different about you. Because when God's favor floods your life, everything connected to you begins to shift. Do not underestimate what happens when you start your day acknowledging God. That moment of surrender invites the supernatural into your natural. It allows divine wisdom to flow into your human understanding. It gives God permission to direct your path before the world tries to distract you. When you wake up and pray, God, lead me where you want me to go. Use me for what you want me to do. You are telling heaven that you are ready to walk in alignment, not confusion. And when your life aligns with the will of God, favor becomes your atmosphere. You won't have to chase opportunities. They will be drawn to the light within you. I want you to imagine this. Every morning, God releases a fresh portion of grace, a new wave of mercy, a renewed strength that wasn't there yesterday. But only those who rise and connect with Him receive it. Those who start their day with worry, fear, or complaints miss the flow of favor that was meant for them. So begin every morning with spiritual hunger. Wake up with expectation. Say to yourself, something divine is about to happen today. When you live like that, heaven recognizes your faith. And when heaven recognizes your faith, miracles follow. Many people pray when they are in crisis, but the wise pray to prevent the crisis. They don't wait for the fire. They stay close to the one who commands the fire to cease. Prayer is not a reaction. It's preparation. It builds a fortress of faith around your life. It places you under divine covering where harm cannot prevail. That's why your morning prayer should never be casual. It should be intentional. It should be personal. It should be filled with power. You are not just saying words. You are releasing faith into your day, declaring that no matter what comes, God is with you. God is guiding you and God will favor you beyond measure. Let your prayer every morning be your declaration of faith. Say, God, today I walk in your light. I reject every spirit of fear, doubt, and confusion. Let your favor go before me and make every crooked path straight. Say it until your heart believes it. Say it until your spirit ignites with courage. Because what you speak in faith creates what you experience in life. You were never meant to live powerless, fearful, or defeated. You were meant to rise each morning like a warrior of light, clothed in peace, guided by truth, and covered by divine favor. Unconsciously there, when you truly commit to this, when prayer becomes the heartbeat of your mornings, you'll notice that God begins to work silently in the background. He will remove certain people from your path, not because they are bad, but because they can't go where you are going. He will close certain doors, not because he wants to punish you, but because he's protecting you from a detour. You will start to see his fingerprints in every detail of your life. You will realize that nothing is random. Every encounter, every delay, every challenge, every blessing, it's all part of the divine orchestration that begins when you start your day with prayer. And as you continue this journey, you will start to feel a sacred rhythm. You will wake up not just to face the world, but to meet with God. You will sense that favor is no longer an occasional visitor, but a permanent atmosphere around you. Even in adversity, you will feel peace. Even in uncertainty, you will sense direction. Because prayer doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes you. It makes you strong where you were weak, patient where you were restless, and grateful where you once complained. You will walk differently, speak differently, think differently, because divine favor will have taken over your life. So tomorrow morning when the sun rises, don't rush into the noise of the day. Don't run into the arms of worry. Instead, stand still for a moment. Take a deep breath and whisper, God, thank you for this new day. Let your favor go before me. Let your peace guard my heart. Let your wisdom guide my choices. Let your power surround me. Those few sentences spoken with faith can move heaven on your behalf. Never underestimate the weight of a prayer spoken with belief. God listens not to the eloquence of words, but to the sincerity of the heart. You may have come from a place of struggle, disappointment, or pain. You may have seen days when hope seemed distant. But this is your time to rise. This is your season to see what happens when you walk each morning in alignment with God. The same God who raised the sun today can raise your destiny from the ashes of defeat. The same God who controls the winds and water can control the chaos around your life. And all he asks is that you begin your day in his presence. If you want to live under open heavens, then open your mouth in prayer. If you want to walk in divine favor, then walk in obedience each morning. If you want to see the impossible, then believe before you see it. Faith that moves mountains begins with a prayer that moves your heart. So rise every morning as if heaven is waiting for your voice, because it is. Let your first words each day create your atmosphere of victory. From this day forward, make a covenant with yourself. No matter how tired you are, no matter how busy life gets, you will not begin your day without acknowledging the one who gave it to you. Speak life before the world speaks confusion. Speak faith before fear speaks doubt. Speak favor before challenges try to intimidate you. Your morning prayer is not just a routine. It's your divine appointment with destiny. It's your meeting with the creator of heaven and earth. And when you show up in faith, God will always meet you with favor. So pray this every morning and mean every word. God, thank you for this new day. I welcome your presence into my heart and my home. Let your favor flood my life. Let your wisdom guide my steps. Let your peace dwell within me. Protect me from what I cannot see. Provide for what I cannot control. And let your light shine through me today. I say it with belief. Say it with power. Say it with gratitude, because when you do, the atmosphere around you shifts. The spiritual realm begins to respond. God begins to move things in your favor. And soon, you will look back and realize you are living in the overflow of the favor you prayed for. Now rise, take your place, and walk into this new day knowing that the favor of God is not coming. It is already here. Every morning you pray, you water the seeds of blessing that heaven planted in your life. Keep praying, keep believing, keep expecting, and watch as the favor of God floods your life in ways that will leave you in awe, covered, and forever transformed. In the mighty, matchless, and magnificent name of Jesus. Amen.